Hello trendsetters and welcome to Find the Trend. My name is David and this here is Mike. Just when you thought GameStop couldn't get any crazier, it did. We're talking 100% swings up, down, and up again. What's the reason for this madness?
Past week has been really crazy as we're seeing the effects of what happened as the price momentum gains traction and then people pile onto the stock and then the momentum traders take over. But to really understand why the price dropped and then rebounded and then sort of leveled off, we have to look at why GameStop's stock is being traded like how it is and why it's simultaneously being described as volatile and at the same time also trading within a relatively narrow price range compared to the massive 100% swings earlier in the week. And actually a gamma squeeze happened on Wednesday, which is why stock was up a huge amount.
Wait, gamma squeeze? What's that? And how exactly is this causing GameStop to have this massive swings, Mike?
Yeah, so a gamma squeeze is what happens when call option sellers have to hedge their naked calls by buying stocks. Well, what's an option, right? Options are kind of complicated and derived from share price, but here's a short explanation. In general, given long enough expiration, and options have an expiration date, call options, for example, gain money as the stock goes up in price, and then the put options lose money as the stock goes up in price. Conversely, if a stock goes down in price, call options lose money and put options gain money. Options are much more leveraged than regular stock though because they trade in batches of 100 shares. This doesn't explain why gamma squeezes occur though. Here's why gamma squeezes occur. You can sell options you don't have, but the risk of selling these naked options is theoretically infinite. So if a seller wants to hedge against that risk, then they have to buy shares. And if it becomes probable that, say, like the call option in the case of GameStop that they sold will cost them money, they'll hedge more. And that's essentially a gamma squeeze, is when they buy more because of the option. This is actually a continuous process though, not necessarily a single point in time. So the gamma squeeze that caused the price to shoot up on 370 on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday actually appeared to be mostly momentum and high frequency traders battling each other. So that's why the stock was mostly flat after those 2 days.
Ah, yes. Now I understand what a gamma squeeze is and how that caused the stock to go up to what, $370? So my question now is the gamma squeeze still happening?
Well, no. I mean, a gamma squeeze already happened on Wednesday when the stock reached $370. It's possible there could be more gamma squeezes on the way, but I think that was the main one because most of the options were in the money. But what's more interesting is what happens when shares settle, which takes 2 trading days after people buy them to settle. It'll be really interesting to see the price action then because there's so little volume relative to historical trading volumes. And liquidity, which is basically money that is tradable, is actually drying up. So also, it's really interesting to see 30% of the stock is owned by institutions and 70% is by retail investors. And even though institutions are probably looking at getting in on the profit taking when this stock hits its all-time highs, it won't be easy to sell that amount of shares just because they have so many. So we need to give those guys props as well just for holding.
Wow. Poof! Mind blown. There's so much detail going on here. So are people still shorting this stock? And what's going to happen now?
Well, short interest is still extremely high at 113% of available shares according to S3 partners. This means actually a lot of people are still shorting the stock, and even though the original short have probably gotten squeezed out, there's still a lot of potential for an infinite short squeeze to happen. If you want a technical analysis of the stock, we're actually linking an article from Reddit down in the description. So that's this article here. The technical recap. Check it out. I'm sure it'll be very fascinating.
Awesome. One last question, Mike. I've heard that Robinhood doesn't even allow people to trade GameStop stock anymore. What's up with that?
Yeah, so there's this other article on Reddit that actually explains this very well too. So essentially Robinhood didn't have the money to buy the stock. So when you actually buy, say, GameStop, right, you're buying from Robinhood, but Robinhood doesn't actually have those shares yet. What they do is essentially have a bank account at the Depository Trust Company, or DTC, which is a way for them to get shares from other brokers or institutions. But because they did not have enough money, the DTC just cut them off and said they will need $1 billion to buy shares. So they had to stop orders of buying shares. Now, unfortunately, this just blew up for Robinhood because they could have avoided this. But for whatever reason, their risk department did not see this coming at all. So the alternative decision they could have made, which was to continue allowing buying, but that would put them into a serious legal liability where they could potentially took money but failed to deliver shares to their rightful owners. At which point, the resulting lawsuits would have bankrupted them. So that's why they stopped buy orders on their platform on Thursday and had a limited supply on Friday. Unfortunately, it's still really poorly timed, though, because a lot of people still want to buy in to keep the momentum up. But the lapse in buying activity may have helped some, though not all, short sellers get a lower price.
Thanks, Mike. That's a lot of great information. Well, we hope you guys find this video helpful. If you did, make sure to share with a friend and also like and subscribe for more videos like this. So, what do you guys think about GameStop stock now? Do you think it's going to continue to go up or down? Let us know in the comments below. We read every comment. Well, that about wraps up for this video today. Stay healthy, stay safe, and keep following that trend. We'll see you guys next time.